Hello, lovely Virgo. Welcome to your reading, this reading for the new moon, solar eclipse in Gemini. We've laid the cards in our full Celtic cross today, and we'll go through and clarify. So let's get into it. We come out first and foremost with the universe, with the world, which would indicate this is a time of entering into obviously a new cycle here. There were a few things that needed to be, I guess, dealt with. We have the Seven of Swords crossing the world. I think in order for you to, it's like a case of unfinished business of sorts, of which we find ourselves in this position often. We need to tie up loose ends, unfinished business before we do embark into a new period for ourselves, into a new zone. So it's actually got quite a lovely feel to it, the basis of which is that you really are charged up, fired up. Your strength of will and knowing the direction you want to go is pretty strong here. The basis of this is, it's like a creativity injection. It's like of course it's a gift that comes down through Keter, through the crown, into your world, and you take it on board. Really infusing potential of being infused with a great deal of sort of precise direction, I feel here, as you're heading into what is in effect a new cycle, and you've tied up those loose ends. I think some of those loose ends were really about, we have here the Nine of Wands, really about some old habits possibly that you wanted to get rid of. This is a card of behaviours that are more habits. So we look at what's not working for us anymore, and that is where we deal with those loose ends, dear Virgo. Current position, you're sitting here as this beautiful Empress. There's a lot of female energy on the rise at the moment. I do just personal observation or feeling for myself here, but the Empress is the ultimate in creative nurturing, and whether you play that role for others, primarily you certainly play it for yourself, I feel. So you embody this Empress currently, which is remembering the importance, Virgo, of self-love, that primarily we need to offer that to ourselves. I do think you're doing that. As we move forward for you, we get the Sun. There is nothing here that can really hold you back, lovely Virgo. This is beautiful balance and harmony. There's really no downside to the Sun. It's a glorious card. We really feel the basking in the, light of our own efforts at this point moving forward, and that is why I guess you're entering this new period for yourself. Your sphere of influence over yourself, what you are offering yourself here, we have the Knight of Swords, which is a wonderful card of focus. It's like all swords usually are, very precise, or they can be the opposite. But with the Knight, he moves very quickly. I think you're feeling quite focused, and you're heading towards something that's been quite important to you. This is about seizing opportunities when they arise, not dilly-dallying, And the interesting thing here is that in the environment position or what the environment's offering you, we have the Queen of Swords. So really you've kind of graduated to this. You're seeing it around you, your ability to embody not only the Empress here, but the Queen of Swords, who in fact there is an element of the Queen of Swords, obviously, within the Empress. She contains all the queens. The environment's showing you what you can do with your sword, Virgo. It's pretty interesting. We'll get clarity, of course. And then hopes and fears, we have the Chariot. Now, Chariot's moving pretty quickly. And the Chariot can move quickly because he's really, he, whatever, has really got to the bottom of maybe some things that were not conscious to him, like he's balanced here with his, these figures carrying him forward are not harnessed. I mean, everyone's working in unison here. There's no resistance, none whatsoever. And then potential outcomes, we get the 10 of Cups, the most glorious card of sharing, sharing our feelings, celebrations. Our emotional life is looking pretty good at the moment. Our emotional state, just mentally, is looking really, really nice. And so, yeah, tying up some loose ends, dealing with a little bit of unfinished business, and there you are on your way, beautiful Virgo. So let's just have a look here. What's this Ace? Well, the potentials, the basis of this reading is, the Ace of Wands is pretty amazing. It really is. Just get clarity for the Ace of Wands here for Virgo, please. The basis of this entire reading, of this dealing with unfinished business. Wow. We get the Queen of Pentacles again. It's as if you're sort of, I just see this, every queen in this deck. It wouldn't surprise me if the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups came out at some point, but I shouldn't tempt fate, should I? We get the Queen of Pentacles in this Morgan Greer deck. So we see here that, the basis of all of this has been really a combination of looking at your resources and how you want to use them in the direction that you're heading, what you needed to just get rid of, deal with, tie up loose ends before that. The Queen, of course, of Discs is sort of very much a kind of self-made woman in a lot of respects, the benevolent Queen. Very organised. Very, very organised, actually. We'll just get a little clarifier here for the Sun, please, for Virgo. In the moving forward position, we get the Sun. Yeah, look, tempt fate. You really can't make it up. So with the Sun, to clarify, we get the beautiful sunflowers of the Queen of Wands. You are embodying all of these great female archetypes here. You've integrated them, I do believe, now this is whether you're a male or female, whatever, it doesn't matter. You've integrated them into your psyche here. We get the Queen of Wands, so powerful in terms of force of will and being able to action that in the world, Virgo. With that, we get the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. It is a card of winning. It is a card of getting to a point where there's a lot of achievement here. And there's a lot, there's eyes upon you. People see this. People see this moving forward here with the Sun. this integration of these queen. I mean, we only need one more queen and we've got all 4 of them. It's amazing, Virgo. What else do we look at here? Look, we'll just look at we'll look at this Knight. This Knight of Swords, please. Knight of Swords. We were really on target. We're really on target with the Knight. We're on target. We get 2 cards here. This has been a project or a plan or a desire that you've worked towards. I mean, I'm speaking in the material world. The Knight, this seizing of opportunity. You've actually altered your perspectives, Virgo. We get the 4 of Cups. We get the World again. This is part of the plan. This has been part of a long-term plan, actually. Now, that incorporates many, many things, obviously, for many different people. But you're totally on target, and you've allowed yourself to possibly see things that in the past, slightly limited by the mindset of the 9, that you haven't seen, but you are seeing it now, and you're totally zeroed in on this. It is all about a new segment of your life. It's quite a big threshold to walk over. Can we look at hopes and fears with the Chariot, please, here? The Chariot, hopes and fears, you know, you really do. I mean, there's always fear, isn't there, when we enter a new zone? Look, maybe a fear that we get the 8 of Cups. Maybe there is a small element, you know, of it that in order to do this, dear Virgo, with these, there's so many swords here in this reading, sword cards. In order to do this, we do, you know, to move quite quickly in unison, in harmony with the Chariot into this new segment of time, this new period, portal, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of like a new beginning. But I do feel that it's been planned for quite a long time. In order to do this, we need a sense of detachment. I don't mean this is necessarily walking away from something, but it's having a detached view about some element in your life, which could be in regards to relationships, or it's sort of having a level of distance. I mean, you're being objective. You won't lose anything by being objective. This is in the hopes and the fears zone. Outcomes with the 10 of beautiful cups. 10 of Cups, please. The 10. Possible outcomes. Oh, I've just got too many cards. One card actually that fell out here is the Judgment card. So Judgment and the Universe or the World card often appear at the same time. Look, this is a real look, I know I go on about new cycles, but this is a whole new cycle. Somewhere in here you've integrated all the elements of those queens, and what it's given you is ditching the saboteur in the 9, embracing the Empress with a lot of self-love, a lot of work in that sense. And it is only giving you this incredible like an overview of where you've been, all those experiences in life, you know, all those emotional, I do get this sense of memory here that you've been remembering a lot of things as well, like emotional. Well, obviously, we remember things that have impacted us emotionally, don't we? I think that's the key to our memory banks, is that those things that stand out for us that had an emotional impact. I do get that here. We're going to, but you know, it's beautiful, like, because you're really, look, you're really sort of achieving, you're really focused. This is a really, really positive reading, Virgo. It's a busy reading, but it's very positive. Yeah, because the thing here, Fortuna, you know, you actually realize for once and for all, at this time, you realize your own internal wealth. And the time that it's taken, you know, the time that it has taken to accumulate experience, to accumulate levels of wisdom. And now you really do see that your light, dear Virgo, that your luminous self is really shining through, and that others see this. But what you're doing simply is going about your business and being focused and really sort of efficient in this way. Let's get a pixie and fairy, please, for Virgo. What will the pixies and fairies from Brian Froud? Yeah, and you had to go deep. This is the Dark Lady. It's a very scorpionic card. And possibly you had some insights in the last full moon in Scorpio, Virgo. This is going down deep. It's going down into areas of, you know, I would call your internal moonscape, where sometimes we don't see certain things and we're not conscious of certain things. But you've made that journey. And you've certainly come out with some pretty amazing insights that are allowing you to achieve these goals. There's certain things in this reading that you've been working away, I feel, working at, excuse me, for quite a long time. And there was maybe a few little things that just needed to be seen and to be dealt with and tied up and sent off. And this is what you've been able to do. I've joined the stars and harlequins together. We get detached logic. I think that's very much a strength of Virgo. This ability to be detached is actually propelling you forward a lot faster now. So all in all, Virgo, a beautiful reading. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the week. Thanks, Virgo. Cheery now. Bye.